What's going on YouTube? This is your man Jose, aka the Dominican Dream, alongside.
The Maniac.
This is the Boxing Roundtable, and we are ready to talk boxing. Coming off a very, very big boxing weekend. Um, big buzz, big popular fight, in my opinion. Not a fight that we were looking forward to, not as hardcore fans, and not a fight that was anything special either. But a lot of people tuned in, and I told you that. I told you that that was gonna be the case, like especially leading up to the fight. So I'm hearing a lot of buzz. I said maybe it's because I live in that Latino community, but no, it just was a big fight. The gate was crazy. The pay-per-view sales, there's rumors, over 700,000. Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. We gave our predictions here. I predicted a 12 round decision. You and many others predicted that Canelo would stop
Yeah.
Munguia.
Mm.
Um, the
Berlanga.
fight that Berlanga, I'm sorry, the fight was you know average at best. Of course, there was a moment, there was a knockdown. So the Canelo fans, which were the bulk of the people that attended the event,
Absolutely.
were probably pleased and happy with the performance because it was a typical Canelo performance. What does Canelo do? Canelo sitting there, he likes to counter punch. He does come forward. He doesn't chase you down too much, and he likes to throw those three punch combinations. Bap bap bap, bap bap bap, bap bap bap. And if he happens to knock you down with one, like he does with a lot of these fighters, he knocks you down, but he doesn't really go for the kill. He doesn't really finish, step on the gas to take you out, a la Inoue, a la Crawford, a la Spence, a la Manny Pacquiao, De La Hoya. Once if they smelled blood in the water, those guys, it's over. Canelo lets a lot of people live, not because he's carrying them, not because he just his that's not his style. He doesn't have the temperament of a great finisher. Um, she's Chavez, those guys, they weren't gonna let you live. You know what I'm saying? If they was they were gonna take you out. If you were good enough to survive 12, then you would. But for the most part, if even if you were great, they would still stop you. I predicted the 12 round decision. That's what it was. Tell us your thoughts about the fight. That's I fight. Tell us your thoughts about the fight, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, first of all, shout to both fighters, man. Regardless of the fact, man, warriors are warriors. They get in there, they risk their lives, man. It's a dangerous sport. But as far as the fight goes, man, it was a solid about 5 out of 10, 10 being a great fight. About a 5, 6, maybe a 6. You could say a 6, but what we learned, what
Five,
we learned,
I think a five is okay because it was a one-sided fight.
what we learned is that Belanga's tougher than what we thought. That's really what comes down to it. And there's things that I did see from him that I said, oh man, the jab, this is the best I've seen his jab. Now it wasn't the most educated
He
jab, but it
did
was
use
a
it.
good, solid jab. He used it well, but again, you got to follow it up with something. You just can't jab, right? You're gonna hook off the jab, or you're gonna throw a combination, or jab now feint, or throw, or jab, then come with the right, 3 punch combination. So I just think that he did hold back. Now he didn't do a Charlo. He got dropped early in the fight, third round, and that was a mean hook. Like it was just that wasn't a flash knockdown. That was a hard knockdown. He got up. That was like I said, third round. He finished the round. From the fourth round on, he fought enough to not say, well, he went on survival mode, but also he held back. I feel, and some other people feel as well. What I'm seeing now, Dream, which this is what I don't like. They're giving him like a huge moral victory. Oh, he okay, yes, you did better than expected by it, especially from my expectations. I thought you was gonna get stopped, especially in the third round. I said, "Oh, here we go. Fourth round is right around the corner." Listen, he seems real happy about this, like it's a victory. Nah, bro, you're a Puerto Rican fighter. Puerto Rican fighters of the past, those legends, don't celebrate losses like this. Yeah, so you know why? I did what I could, but moving forward, that's it, man. I have the potential to be a star in the ring. We already know the popularity is there for him. That's not even an argument. He needs to put it all together in the ring dream so he could become a popular fighter because of what he does in the ring, not what he does outside the ring. So, oh, I see people giving him too much credit. All right, give him some credit. I give him myself, but like it's a victory. And I'm like, yo, bro, you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. Now buy it for a guy who's never fought a former world champion. For a guy like Gio, they know boxing, shout to him, mentioned he has 16 round knockouts, right? First round. He said that's equivalent to about what? 3 4 rounders, four rounders. That's it. So he didn't really have a lot of experience in that ring, not much. So he
It was
did hold
70.
his own.
It was a total of 72 rounds fought by Berlanga in his career versus 500 and change for Canelo.
So there you go. So in that aspect, when we look at it, man, that's he did good on that part. He from those numbers, it was supposed to be a murder. That was supposed to be a massacre, but it wasn't. Belango came in there heavy for a reason. Now I'm hearing as per memo, who Belango works with, it was 183. He came in and not 193. Regardless, he was the bigger fighter. I know they came in there bigger so they can sustain and hold, those punches better. And again, shout to Berlanga. Good effort, my man. You got heart, but I'm not gonna be patting you in the back. You gotta do something now. So, regardless, like I said, the fight was a 5, being generous a 6. It went as expected with the exception of the stoppage. Canelo dominated.
Look, man, I'm not gonna applaud either fighter. I'm not gonna applaud either fighter because Canelo was a minus 1800 favorite. Canelo was, by all accounts, just far superior. Canelo's gonna blow him out. He's gonna stop him in 3. In fact, he predicted a third round knockout. Um, most experts, I would say that at least 60%, 64% picked Canelo by stoppage, right? Maybe even more than that. That's what you were supposed to do against a guy who is only has 72 rounds, right? Doesn't have tremendous amateur experience, or wasn't a great amateur. Um, you know, uh, Never fought a world champion, never fought a world class fighter. Forget a world champion, never fought a world class fighter. The most he fought was maybe like a C plus fighter, at
Quickly.
best.
Yeah.
At best, and quickly probably already past his best moment. So against a guy like that, you call yourself the best fighter in the world. That's number one. Number two, pundits and people that rank boxing as pound for pound, they still have you top 5 pound for pound, or one of the best fighters in the world. And you are a power puncher. You are a power puncher. And you're considered to be one of the Mexican greats, which I disagree with. One
The
of the best,
greatest. The
the
greatest.
great. Some people say the greatest, which is laughable. But when you have all these accolades and you are being given all this credit, not only are you being given all this credit, you taking it upon yourself to spread that word that you are that guy. You're supposed to take this guy out. Minus 1800. If you bet $100 on Berlanga, you would get up to $1,000 and 1020. If you it would you had to put 1800 to get $100 on Canelo. So if you look at 100 to make 1,000 and change, that means the odds were 10-1. You were a 10-1 favorite. You couldn't stop the dude. You're not gonna get any credit from me. What did I see? I saw a typical Canelo, a fighter that fights in spurts, a fighter that gets tired in the mid rounds, just like and he did in this fight. That was no exception. A fighter who lacks creativity, a fighter that was getting popped, like you mentioned, by yeah, pretty impressive jab by the much at least inferior fighter as far as experience goes. What did Berlanga show? I mentioned in the pre-fight show that he would show us something that he might. I think that he might show us something. I said by that I meant he might show us a little heart. He might show us a little just toughness, pride, right? And he did that. Did he show desire? I don't think so. I don't think so because desire is risking. He didn't risk. He didn't risk. That lets me know how much desire you really have. Desire is like, yo, I can't. Yo, look at him. Yo, he's just coming forward. He don't care. He's taking three to land one. He wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that. He was
Correct.
sitting back, like you mentioned. Just trying to get away with what he could get away with without, being in the line of fire, right? And with the experience, with the lack of experience you have, with the lack of rounds that you have, with the lack of world of top level opposition that you fought, that's not going to give you much chances, man, against a guy with this much experience, right? A guy that is by today's standards and at 168 an elite fighter. Right? I
Yeah.
don't agree with all the one of the greatest in Mexico, no, but he's definitely an elite fighter at 168, and in boxing today, he's very strong. He's very fast handed. He has very good waist movement, upper body movement. Still his legs are in cement. He doesn't cut off the ring great. He fights in spurts. He gets tired. He has that again. Those are things that he never changed in his career. He's not going to change now. He's 34 years old, 50, 60 something fights. Canelo is. But so, I can't give a younger, bigger, naturally bigger fighter credit for hanging in there, for not. He was just trying to say, yo, I'm here too. Yo, I'm still here. I'm here in the ring. I'm here too. But it wasn't like, bro, he didn't do what Castro did. Or what was his name? Carlos, uh,
Who?
the guy that fought on the prelims
Yeah,
against
Carlos Castro, the one that
Car-
fought Stephen Fulton.
Carlos Castro. He was an underdog that came to win.
Yeah,
He came to win. He didn't believe. He didn't believe nothing. He didn't want to hear nothing about Stephen Fulton. He didn't want to hear nothing about your pedigree, your record, how good a boxer you are. He came to win. Real close fight. Real close fight. Draw kind of fight. I can see you can see it going either way. I don't have a problem with Fulton escaping with a victory, like a 1 point victory or something like that. But the fans there, he was Mexican. Most of the fans were Mexican. They booed the decision and they booed Stephen Fulton. I don't have a problem with anyone saying Carlos Castro won. But if y'all didn't watch that fight, watch that fight. That's a fight that a fighter, the underdog, came to win. He didn't come to just survive. He didn't come to just say, "Yo, you see, you're not gonna blow me out. You're not gonna kill me." He was like, "Nah, dog. What's the script? Oh, I'm supposed to die in this movie? Nah, son, I ain't doing that." Berlanga didn't do that. So I don't know how much credit y'all want me to give him.
yeah.
Another thing, rumor is, um, we know the fight was very successful. Rumor is that Berlanga made X amount of money. I don't know who to believe. I don't know what to believe. I don't know how credible sources are anymore because anyone, I don't care if it's what are the guys that people quote now when it comes to stuff like that.
It's you have Dan Rayfield, not Michael Benson, and the other dude, bald headed guy. I keep forgetting his name.
Well, Kevin Iole.
No, no, not Kevin Iole. Kevin Iole, he's in the loop, but he's in the Mickey Mouse loop. It's still Dan, Michael Benson, and that other dude. He's the one that, those three
Mike
that are
Coppinger.
Mike Coppinger. Coppinger. That's who it is. He's right now like the lead source. So
Right.
if him, Dan Rayfield, Michael Benson, and Michael Benson, a lot of his stuff comes from Mike Coppinger because he goes as per, So Mike Coppinger right now is one of the guys. So if he tweets something, it's probably a 90% chance that what he's tweeting is true.
Accurate.
Accurate,
Now,
correct.
now, again, you know, unless I'm not seeing contracts, I'm not seeing pictures of, unless there's pictures of the contracts, there's pictures of the checks people are getting. Um, and there's also confirmation by the promotional companies and the fighters saying, yeah, this is what I signed for. This was what my guarantee. I don't really know what to believe, but I'm not gonna believe that. I mean that Berlanga made $17 million or anything like that. I don't think so.
Yeah, I
First of
doubt
all,
it. I
yeah,
doubt
yeah,
if he made guarantee. No,
no,
ain't
no,
no Canelo
no,
fighter
no,
made that.
no.
Maybe if I like you said, I don't know, man. They said so. First, I heard 10 million. I still thought that was kind of high. Like, damn, 10 million guarantee. You don't really see that, bro. Like,
Nah,
not
especially when Canelo has to be paid so much,
correct.
which is
If
why his opponents don't get paid much unless it's another name like Miguel Cotto. Because
yeah,
Miguel Cotto gonna get money no matter who he fight.
yeah.
He was a superstar.
Yeah, I would think if I had to guess, right? And I know people might be like, "Oh, you bugging." Anywhere from 4 to 5, guarantee, and plus
Yeah,
pay per
that's what
view.
I said. I would say 6, 7 tops
Yeah, and plus pay per view
plus.
upside, which
Right.
like we seen 750 or 700 plus, and about 22 million gate. So I'm pretty sure he gets because he got Kevin Connolly as his manager, which is one of the best. He also was the manager for Danny Jacobs, who he got a nice payday against Canelo as well, and is also, I believe, the manager of Alicia Baumgartner. So, I'm pretty sure Berlanga got paid regardless. 17 mil, I think that's a
Nah,
stretch.
nah.
But,
That's crazy.
regardless, the kid got paid as good. I really don't care about money. I don't really
But
care
but
about
but but
persons.
this is where I'm going with that.
Okay.
What have I said about Berlanga and what have you seen? He walks around, with the celebrity, influencer, Instagram, uh, 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 like I said, Instagram influencer, rapper type persona, right? Flashy, got real expensive chains on. I don't know what his lifestyle consists of. How much is his mind in the fight game? And how much we seen what happened to Andy Ruiz when he got that big paycheck against Anthony Joshua. And he won
True. True.
too. And he won the fight. He became world heavyweight champion. And so remember what they say, when you become a champion, you get like 30% better. He didn't. He started buying clothes, he started buying whips, he started buying houses. He fell in love with that lifestyle. And his hunger wasn't in boxing. So, do you think that Berlanga is this gonna make him hungrier, or is this gonna make him say, "Yo, man, listen, man, I won my lottery ticket. I got my money. I'm gonna get out. Nah, I don't really care. I'm gonna just, I'm gonna fight if I have to, when I have to, and they gonna have to pay me this much because I fought Canelo."
Yeah. Well, rumor has it that he's not satisfied, that which is good. I don't think so. It's still it's too early. And like you said, based on the lifestyle he lives, that money ain't gonna last. He's gonna wanna, the flat, and it's fine. Teach his own. He's only a 20-something-year-old kid. Me at 20 something with that kind of money, I probably would have been worse than him. But regardless, he better he if he's going to continue boxing, obviously he's far from retiring. He better be ready. And as far as I fought Canelo, well, so did Munguia, so did Plant. So don't go in these fights, because those are the two fights we want to see next from him. Don't go in these fights talking about, oh, I need to get, no, calm down, because we all fought Canelo here. You understand? We all fought the golden ticket. Let's come with what's reasonable. But Langa most likely against a Plant is the A side. Against Munguia, it could be debated because Munguia has a strong Mexican following. They love that dude. So that'll be interesting if these fights happen, how those negotiations are gonna go, and what's gonna be Berlanga's attitude towards it. Like, don't come like you won, like you beat Canelo, and that's what I'm saying. That was the trying to point I was trying to make earlier. It's like he won the fight. That's how, yeah, and me, everybody doubted me. And it's true. He's right. He's right. They did doubt it, but he should have said, listen, you know what? I could have done more, man. I'm not satisfied with my performance. Yes, Canelo is a legend in this sport. He beat me. I lost. I accept I lost like a man, but I'm not satisfied with my performance, man. And you know why? Moving forward, you're going to see a better version of Edgar Berlanga. That's the shit I want to hear. Now, oh,
Yeah,
look at me, Instagram.
I,
I fought a tough fight. I went 12
yeah,
rounds. Yo, give me my props, right? I did it
yeah,
right. Like you were saying, get the fuck out of here, man. Like,
yeah.
come
No,
on. You
I
gotta
think,
remain hungry.
in my opinion, I think I'm gonna lean more towards no, he's not. This is not gonna make him hungrier. I think this is gonna make him lazier. I think we're not gonna see a better Berlanga after this. Most likely, maybe he'll prove me wrong, and that'll be great. Because that's what we want to see. We want to see fighters get better. We want to see better competition in the ring. We want to see, quality fights, especially from names that are kind of that people know and people are gonna rock. And when they fight, people are gonna come up to us, yo, Berlanga fighting again. Who you fighting? So when people look forward to these big fights, me as a boxing hardcore, I want my sport to get represented with dignity. I want my sport to get represented the correct way, the way Pacquiao did it, the way Tyson did it, the way De La Hoya did it, the way, Muhammad Ali, Evander Holyfield, the way those guys did it, man. Because when they fought, it was must see TV, right? The last from the Mayweather era up till now, a lot of these big name fights, it's more the hype going into the fight than the fight itself, right? When it comes to these big fights, oh, boxing ain't like it used to be. You hear that all the time. Oh, these guys ain't fighting no more. They just running. They not, people don't want to see that. That's why, Tank does get a lot of love because he putting everybody out, right? And he's showing you everything in the ring. He's showing you boxing. He's showing you speed. He's showing you intelligence. He's showing you he's brawling with cats, right? And yo, he's not. If he got you on the hook, it's over. It's over. And that's what you're supposed to do. I understand. He might not be fighting top tier guys or the guys that you want him to. Neither is Canelo. Neither is Canelo. But guess what? Tank knocking him out. So I want the sport to get represented the correct way, especially when it comes to the fighters that have so much hype around them. Edgar Berlanga, in my opinion, I don't think we're gonna see anything better from him. I think he's gonna stay the same or might even regress. You
All
know.
right. I mean, that remains to be seen, man. We'll see. You're right. It could go either way, and we'll see, man. We see that. I'm definitely. I think I've never said this before, but now I am eager to see his next fight, or depending the opponent. If it's Mickey Mouse Jim, I really don't care. But if it's a Plant, a Munguia, ooh, yeah. Then we
And
gonna see. Then we gonna see because these dudes are gonna try to take Berlanga head off. Plant not
yeah,
there to play with you, and neither is Munguia.
yeah, and
And
I don't
he,
I don't think I don't think he
he's,
fights either of them next,
yeah, yeah.
which
Yeah,
is sad.
probably not next. Yeah, he's gonna fight a mid-tier fighter and probably
And
beat him, and we'll
ma-
see, man.
That,
We'll
that, that,
see.
ma- that makes no sense, man. Just for that, shout out to Ryan Garcia, man. Shout out to Ryan Garcia for wanting all the smoke and fighting. He already fought Tank. He already fought Haney. He talking about coming back and fighting T.O. He'll fight Crawford. He ain't playing. He'll fight. I would love to see him versus T.O. They talking about it. They both friends. They both get along. That fight can happen. Like, bro, what else do you want, man? That's what you want. You want fighters to fight the other best fighters in and around their divisions, man. Like, oh, so you fought Canelo, and because you fought Canelo, now you got to go back and fight a C plus. Why? Why?
Yeah,
The Ryan Garcia went from Tank to Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he fought
Yeah,
the
he
Mexican
Duarte.
dude,
He fought Duarte
yeah,
first.
and then went right back to it,
And that's
right back
because
to it,
he got stopped. So I could see that.
right,
Berlanga didn't get stopped. So
right. And again, he's not talking about coming back and fighting Linares and bringing him up. Like, come on, man. Nah. Anyway, that's that. What would you like to see next for Berlanga? You mentioned it. I think you said it in those two names.
mhm,
We want to see Berlanga versus Plant or Munguia. You
that's
know,
it.
shit. You want to throw in Billy in there? I'm fine with that too. I'm fine with that too. Let's see what he does. I don't think he's cut out from that cloth, and I hope he proves me wrong. What do you want to see from Canelo? Same thing we've been calling for 3 years. David Benavidez. And David said he'll come back down to 68. Might
Yeah.
be to his demise, but he said he'll do it. So there's no excuses there. They both Al Heyman, they both Amazon Prime. They, I mean,
I mean, look,
zero excuses.
yeah, I'm tired of beating the dead horse when it comes to that. The fact that people try to say who's Benavidez and who has Benavidez fought is just they just shows me that they're hypocrites. Because then who Belanga's fought?
No,
To
and,
get
and they're and they're
who John
applauding
Ryder's fought?
and they're
Who McGee
applauding
fought?
and they're applauding the Berlanga fight and Canelo's victory.
Just imagine this fight was a success. Right? And that you was mentioning, they was like, yo, around here, I'm seeing posters all over. But like you said, it was everywhere. The fight was a success. If this fight did 750 buys, Benavides Canelo hits a million. 950 to a million pay-per-view buys. That's one. If this gate was 22 million, that one would do close to about 30, maybe 27, 28. Right? Benavidez is coming to win. In fact, Benavidez, in most of our eyes, maybe not in Vegas, but it might be like a 2-1 favorite for Canelo, right there, like an even fight. But we know who will be the favorite based on styles. And this youth right now, youth is on Benavidez' side. He's just a dangerous matchup. I hate it because we know that. So this is how you know it's a duck. That guy could give you more money than any fighter right now, and you don't want to fight him. Let that sink in. Oh, but Canelo's a businessman. Y'all don't understand the business. He do it. All right. So Benavidez will make him more money than any fighter right now. So where's the business at? Where's
And
the
he's the most
business at?
and he's the most accomplished fighter at 168, not named Canelo. And Berlanga never even fought a B fighter going
Yeah,
into this fight.
it's
Now I
ridiculous.
will tell you something though. I will tell you something. I think the gate will be bigger because the Mexican fan base, they're gonna be there. It's gonna be a West Coast fight, Las Vegas. But bro, Berlanga's name rings bells, man, because he's an Instagram, he's an influencer. He's Puerto Rican, American. He got New York. He got that whole East Coast New York hip hop, Hot 97, the Breakfast Club, or the others. They know who this motherfucker is, right? Benavidez, he's imposed his name on sports fans and boxing fans, and people have had to mention him on ESPN, but he don't got that Berlanga buzz. So I don't know if that fight does more. Believe it or not, as far as pay-per-view sales. I understand they both Mexican American, but that's
One
the
is
thing. That's
Mexican.
that's that yeah that yeah. One is well, one is half Mexican, the other one is
Yeah.
born in Mexico. But with with Berlanga, you had two demographics. Shit, you had three. You had the Mexicans from Mexico. You had the Mexican Americans, they still gonna watch it, and then you had the Puerto Rican Americans, and you had the other East Coast Latinos. Dominicans was watching, the African Americans was watching because Belanga had that whole community. I don't know if Benavidez has that. So
Well,
I don't know if they do bigger numbers at the box office.
the reason I say is this, that casuals are asking for that fight, right? And I've mentioned it before. Stephen A. Smith, the biggest casual of all, right, has a huge
The
platform.
most famous casual.
Yeah, the most famous casual mentioned it. When is he gonna fight Benavidez? So once somebody of that caliber is saying that, bro, no, and that's another thing. No, but who wants to fight? No, yes, everybody wants it. So I mean, you make valid points as far as the popularity that Berlanga has. You right. I don't think Benavidez kind of has that popularity in that sense, but I just think it's a
Which
bit.
is a shame. Which
Yeah,
is a shame because
but
he's
I
a more
think
accomplished
those,
fighter. He's
yeah,
a better fighter. He's a more exciting fighter.
everything, and he'll fry Berlanga.
Yeah. Oh no, no,
Benavidez
come on, man.
versus,
Yeah,
he'll
come
fry
on.
him. So I think it to me is gonna do more. I think the Mexicans, because remember the Mexican fan base, that demographic alone, is pretty much boxing. You take away the Mexican fan base, boxing will be on be not it'll be in ICU, man.
No,
So they support,
it'll
yeah,
probably be European based only.
yeah. So we'll see though, but it's debatable though. It's possible, but you know, do I hope it happens? Yes, but I'm already like losing hope, so it really don't matter anymore. Like I'm not gonna, get excited because again, you just mentioned if he comes back down to his own demise, kills himself to make 168, and best believe you see this dude came in at 183. Oh, Benavidez Coney coming at 175. He's gonna put a rehydration clause on Benavidez. And it's just going to be crazy. He's going to try to cripple him as much as he can to have the advantage come fight me. But
Oh,
anyway, let's move
that's a
on.
shame.
It is. It is.